Purdue is known for a number of traditions, one of them being their group of twirlers on game days.
The high point of game days is definitely marching into that stadium because they always have football teams are warming up and the student section's just getting there and they have pump up music on and the band's playing behind you, and that's probably the best part of the day.
Jordan Foster is the 21st girl in black for Purdue, but before she was the girl in black, she was a silver twin.
We were the first ones in 8 years to not be identical twins, and it kind of started a lot of commotion among alumni, but actually more than half of silver twins have not been identical twins.
Purdue is renowned for their twirlers, and the tryout process is very competitive.
You still have to try out every year, and so this past year we had tryouts again in February, and I tried out with my silver twin and then again as a soloist. And they just put people in whatever spots that they feel they are best suited for, and just this year they decided that I was better suited to twirl on my own and be the girl in black.
The girl in black is the most recent addition to Purdue's twirlers and has an interesting history of how it started.
The girl in black was created in 1962, and it kind of happened by accident because the golden girl from the year prior actually passed away, and they had promised her sister that in memory of her she could come to Purdue and perform as the golden girl. But there was a year in between, and so a woman by the name of June Lauer came and she was twirling as the golden girl. And the next year when the sister came back, Al Wright, who was the band director at the time, decided that he still really wanted June to be out there twirling on the field, and so he said, well, I'm just going to stick you in the other school's color. If she's in gold, you're going to be in black. And she performed, and whoever was announcing for the football game that day said, wow, look at that girl in black, and the name just kind of stuck, and ever since then there's been a girl in black.
The excitement on game day is what the twirlers live for, and it is part of their job to keep the crowd pumped up.
I remember my first time marching out last year. I was just so overwhelmed, and the entire game was a blur, and I remember the weather was horrible and we weren't even in our costumes, but it's just crazy when you stand out there.
The girl in black can be seen at every home Purdue football game as well as at other events.
I think we just add something very unique. Especially in the Big Ten, there's not a lot of Big Ten schools that have twirlers. Most bands have auxiliaries, they have flags, and they have dancers, but I think it's just something special when you see twirlers out there, and especially to Purdue. Purdue is the most infamous twirling spots in the baton world. Everyone wants to twirl for Purdue.
Reporting for Fast Track, I'm Alexandra Johnson.